A few years ago, I couldn't walk more than 100 steps without the assistance of a walking cane. The pain was caused from an L5 S1 disc herniation, which had me bedridden. Each time that I'd try and get out of bed, the pain in my back, hip, leg was so horrible, I instantaneously fell back into bed. But I want to tell you how I got used to this pain and got my life back, and how I managed to start walking 10,000 steps in a day. I used the following techniques. 1. The power of affirmation. 2. The power of visualization. 3. The power of self-discipline. 4. The power of going above and beyond. First of all, I want to talk about the power of affirmation. I can already hear you. You're saying, but Aswang, this sounds like a lot of crap. How did affirmation work to get you walking again? Well, dear viewer, I knew that if I got up and I walked at least 30 steps from my bedroom to my kitchen to get a drink of water, my world would crumble and I'd nearly collapse from pain. But I had a choice. I could lie in bed and let others wait on me hand and foot. I know, that sounds rather nice, but I had to will myself to get up and walk through the pain. For those of you who have never experienced an L5 S1 disc herniation, let me tell you, this sort of pain you would not wish on your worst enemy. It is the most horrible thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and I've broken both of my elbows. As I lay in bed, I repeated out loud, "You can do this. You are stronger than the pain. You can get through this. You just have to get up and do it." This affirmation became my prayer, and I repeated it over and over and over. Day by day I repeated these words, and I kept repeating them, and each day I took a few more steps. Each new step was a victory against the pain. With each step, I declared war on my prison of agony, and every affirmation was a battle cry against an unseen foe. The power of visualization. Along with affirmation, I called upon the power of visualization to help me. I pictured myself like how I used to be, walking without pain, running, jumping, and just being available for my family. Every day, I summoned these visions into my mind. I imagined what the floor felt like under my feet, the softness of the carpet under my toes, how cold and hard the wood floor felt, and what it felt like to finally walk without pain. Each time I closed my eyes, I would summon these images to my mind. It became my obsession. I saw myself returning to work, talking to my colleagues. I could hear their voices, smell the air in the office, and I could imagine driving my car again, which was something I hadn't done in a long time, because I just could not sit in the driver's seat anymore. This was a powerful tool that helped me retrain my body. The power of self-discipline. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, it would have been easier just to lay in bed and just give up on life and settle into a deep, dark depression and let the hatred for my current situation consume me. But that's not who I am. I decided to use my discipline and try to increase my steps by at least 10% every day. 10 steps turned into 11, 11 into 12, and eventually they became 1,000. I would force myself to get out of bed, get my walking cane, and drag my bad leg along with every step. After a while, I ventured outside my home, and there was a huge problem. Stairs. Who would think that stairs would be a big problem? But when you have muscle weakness and nerve damage, each step felt like someone was punching me in the back. But to get better, I needed to push myself, and I needed to learn how to manage the pain. I'm still young, and walking with a cane made me feel embarrassed and ashamed. I didn't want to leave my home. I would get strange looks from older people who were also using canes. The funny thing was, they'd often pass me as I limped and I dragged myself onwards. I had to use all my self-discipline to keep pushing myself forward and not feel ashamed of what happened. But whilst using this self-discipline, I developed the power of going above and beyond. But a strange thing happened while I was trying to teach myself to walk again. I started getting stronger. I started regaining the use of my right leg, and eventually, I put the cane away, and I walked on my own. It took me several months to rehabilitate myself. I also learned something important during this time. One day, I got tired of listening to music, and I started browsing through YouTube, and I found an audiobook. And this changed my entire life. I started listening to the words of the people who had been through hard times, and I learned how they survived through their trials. During those several months, I actually listened to 100 books. This allowed me to go above and beyond. I was a completely different person to who I was before the incident stopped my life in its tracks. Using affirmations, visualizations, and developing self-discipline completely changed my mindset, and I was ready to go above and beyond. Well, let me explain. When I finally returned to work after 7 months off due to this injury, I had a completely new outlook on work. And because of this, my productivity increased. By using the above techniques, I found the following things have happened. I now set work goals outside my job description. I'm organising training courses and taking on more tasks, and also helping my colleagues more, which earned me a promotion to a senior position. I'm now planning my day tasks to achieve these goals. I use affirmations daily to encourage my mind to focus on progressing towards my goals. Every day, I visualize what I want to achieve, giving me the self-discipline to go out there and get it. I am now going above and beyond in every task, and my boss recognizes this. You know, sometimes it takes a horrible event to flip your life upside down. No matter how often life knocks you down, you just really need to get back up and use these techniques to prove the world that you can't be stopped. Now, I have a question for you. Do you use any of these techniques in your life? Do you have any other techniques that you like to use? If so, share them with me down in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lessons that I learnt the hard way. If you like this content, please comment, like, and subscribe.